As I was working one evening through the food pantry, a family came in, and I was enamored with the two little ones, and I hadn't really paid much attention to her. And when I finally did look at her, I could tell that someone had beaten her.
So Sue was like, we got to do something. Like, we got to call the local shelter, you know. And then she found out there was no local shelter. And then she was challenged, you know, by someone at the prosecutor's office. Well, what are you going to do about that?
One thing just kept leading to another until God thumps you on the head and finally say, I get it now, that this is something you want me to get started on. I thought, yeah, I don't know how to do this anymore, but I know 3 people that do.
I cannot imagine a society, a county where a woman is living in an abusive situation and she doesn't know what her options are and she doesn't have any.
I knew full well one person that really should have had a place to go and didn't. And I thought, you know, I could get involved with this. I had time and had the knowledge of what was going on in the county.
I hadn't had a lot of experience with domestic violence, though I was close to a couple of people who were victims. And it sort of tugged at my heartstrings. And I was invited to be on the steering committee before there was a board.
I stepped up and wanted to be a part of the creation of Sheltering Wings.
So I told Sue, yes, I'd be glad to help. Well, it kind of snowballed and went from there of just thinking I was going to help a little bit to getting really involved and being on the first board of directors.
It doesn't take much involvement there for a person to become a fan and realize that, oh boy, this is something I can really get behind. I was never on a board that was as good as the shelter board was and continues to be.
We wouldn't be here today without their prayers. We wouldn't be here today without that group of people having a heart for something they didn't even know was going to be this big. When you talk to them, every single one of them, they're so humble, and they will just say, you know, we were picturing like the small little house or something that we were going to buy or build or whatever, and God had a much bigger plan. He put the right people in place for that. You know, from the beginning, board members, Sue, obviously, just everybody. It wasn't by accident. You know, he had a purpose and a plan for their lives and for all the women and the children, and now men walking into Sheltering Wings throughout these years. It's been amazing.